Good morning, good day, my listeners all over the world. I welcome everyone to Moment to Learn with Lola. I am Lola Odeyale, the icon of fragrance. I've been talking about several topics: principles of success, self-development, running effective businesses. But today, we're going to be learning together how to succeed at interviews. Succeeding at interviews. I'm sure somebody will say, why are we looking at this? Well, we have looked at running effective businesses for those that are entrepreneurs or those that intend to be entrepreneurs. So we're looking at succeeding at interviews for those that would desire to work in a paid employment. And like I said, this is a platform for us to keep learning. Moment to Learn with Lola. When we learn and we apply it, we become successful. Everyone can succeed. We just need to know what is expected, to do it well, and we'll get the result. If you are an entrepreneur, a business person, of course, you can advise your young ones, your undergraduates, job seekers to listen and to learn from this. Succeeding at interviews. What is an interview? An interview is essentially a structured conversation where one participant asks questions and the other provides answers. If you look at it, even in business, there are sometimes you need to defend a proposal. There are sometimes you need to defend your plans. So it is not just restricted to job seekers only. Interview is a one-on-one conversation between an interviewer and an interviewee. I'm going to be looking at types of interviews, and then we'll also look at the questions to ask during interview, the questions and how to actually answer these questions. There are several types of interviews. We have the structured, we have the unstructured, we have the semi-structured. The structured is the one that you see that it is planned. You are asked to come with a time. You are asked to come at a time, a venue. You sit down and some other things. The unstructured is it could take any form. Not necessarily you having to sit down. You could even be standing while the interview is going on. And the semi-structured has the two. There are several ways interviews are conducted nowadays. Some people think it is only when they invite me to sit down and they ask me questions, that is when I am in an interview. You could even be invited for a dinner, you could be invited for a function, and it is still part of the interview. So there's need to know so that you don't always think that, it is only when I am asked to sit down facing a set of people or a panel, that is when the interview is conducted. We have several types of interview. Nowadays, there are phone call interviews where you are called on phone and you are made to answer. There are several things that we will look at when we get to tips and things that we need to know for a successful interview. You may look at it that, somebody is calling me on phone, you are eating. The other person, the interviewer, would know that you are eating. Or even if you are frowning, it will also be evident to the interviewer. So we need to know all of this. We have the panel interview, which is what most of us we are used to, where you sit in front of a set of people, 2 or 3 or 4, and questions are asked and you respond. We also have the one-on-one interview, where it's just you as the interviewee with one person that is the interviewer. Also, there could be group interviews where you sit down, you are more than one interviewees, and you have several interviewers or even one asking you several questions. You could also have case interviews where a case is thrown at you and you are told to respond how you will handle such a case. We have meal interviews. There are people that have gone for interviews over a meal, and they are checking several things, how they conduct themselves even at that place. We have the competency interview, and now we also have interviews that are done virtually. Before now you have to go to a place and everything is on site, but now because of the advent of COVID and the digital world, you see that we also have virtual interviews, and a lot of people have messed it up because they think, since I'm not being seen on the other side, or my video is just showing my face, they just they handle it with levity. We are going to be looking at tips for a successful interview at the next time we are talking. But I'm emphasizing this. Don't think because it's virtual, you just take it with levity. I'm going to be sharing a joke. Not really a joke. It's actually something that happened. There was this person that was under to be interviewed, and virtually, of course, because of the advent of COVID. So it was on a Zoom, and he wore a very good shirt and tie and a jacket, but he did not wear trousers. It actually went viral on LinkedIn. He didn't wear trousers, he just tied his wrapper. And unfortunately for him, he didn't know that the video had tilted towards the down part. And of course, they saw that he was not properly dressed. So all this, by the time we get to the tips, I want us to pay close attention to it so that we can actually learn. And like I started, we're talking about succeeding at interviews. And like I started, I said it is not only for job seekers. Even you as a secondary school student, you can begin to learn. You as an undergraduate, you can learn. And even for job seekers, and even for businessmen and women, should you need to go and defend your proposal, you might be faced with a panel of interviewers. You might even be a one-on-one conversation. So I want to encourage us to follow me, Instagram, Icon of Fragrance, on Twitter, on Facebook, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's so much to learn, and we'll continue to learn. See you next time on Moment to Learn with Lola.